Hey, I'm Nancy Cavey, National ERISA and Individual Disability Attorney, and I want to welcome you to Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I've got to give you a legal disclaimer. This podcast isn't legal advice, but nothing is going to prevent me from giving you an easy to understand overview of the disability insurance world, the games that disability carriers play, and what you need to know to get the disability benefits you deserve. So off we go. Are you a physician with a disability plan, policy, or claim? This episode is for you. We'll be covering what physicians need to know about their disability insurance coverage. And even if you aren't a physician, I think there are things that you can learn from this episode. I'm going to be talking about three topics. First, what every physician needs to know about long-term disability insurance and the three ways to purchase a disability insurance policy or plan. Two, what every physician needs to do in terms of making time to look at their disability insurance policy before it's too late. And three, the 7 most important terms in every disability insurance policy or plan that a physician must know. Let's take a break before we get started.
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind from your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claim process. Request your free copy of the book at kvlaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. Ready to get started? I'm first going to talk about what every physician needs to know about long-term disability insurance and the 3 ways to purchase a disability insurance plan or policy. After you completed your internship, residency, or fellowship training, you were probably focusing on building a medical practice that helps your patients with a rheumatological disease or whatever the nature of your practice might be. However, at Cavey Law, we know that an unexpected accident, illness, or disability can jeopardize your practice and your lifestyle. In fact, statistics show that you have a 1 in 4 chance of becoming disabled during the course of your practice. I know that because I represent many physicians just like you. You should have a long-term disability insurance policy or plan to provide you with financial peace of mind. But what is long-term disability insurance? Long-term disability insurance policies or plans aren't uniform. Each has their own set of definitions, methods of proof, benefits, claims, and appeals process, and litigation tracks. Long-term disability insurance is going to pay you a monthly benefit, assuming that you meet the requirements of the policy and you're disabled, as that term is defined in your policy or plan. One of the key provisions, I think, for physicians, in fact, any professional, is the definition of occupation. You want to make sure, for example, that you have insured your inability to perform your specialty, such as a rheumatologist, a neurologist, a pain provider, a physical medicine provider. Now, what are the 3 ways that you can purchase a disability insurance policy? And of all the classes you took in medical school, there were none that were offered in finances for physicians and what you needed to know about disability insurance. There might have been a presentation done by a disability insurance agent and you might have signed up, but I seriously doubt that you remember the terms of the policy or the plan that you signed up for. And I know for certain that the disability policy or plan that you bought then certainly doesn't meet your financial needs now that you're in practice. I think it's past time for a disability insurance checkup, and you probably think you don't have the time. You, like your patients, need to stop and make the time. Let's start out by asking a very simple question. Would my family be financially secure and be able to maintain our lifestyle if I couldn't work anymore and I had to live off the disability insurance benefits from the policy that I bought years ago? Well, the answer is probably no. You've probably gotten married, you bought a house, you've got nice cars, you've had children, you take fantastic vacations, you may even have your children in private school. You can see that you may not be able to maintain that lifestyle if you became disabled and unable to work. So I think it's time for you to get more and coordinated disability coverage. But before you go out applying for long-term disability insurance, I want you to understand the 3 primary ways to get insurance and the pros and cons of each. Now, how you make this decision to buy your insurance can have significant financial consequences if you become disabled, and you have to apply for your disability benefits. So what are the 3 ways that you can get disability insurance? The first way, and in my view, the preferable way, is to buy an individual disability insurance policy known as an IDI policy through an independent agent. It's customized to meet your personal needs and your budget. A private disability policy is governed by your state's applicable contract law, and a denial or termination of your benefits is a breach of contract claims. That's where you want to be in state court, and you want a policy that's tailored to you. But of course, that's going to be expensive. The second way to purchase a policy is to purchase a disability policy through a professional organization like the ABA or your state or local medical association. A group policy or plan offered by an organization is most likely covered by the federal law known as the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, or ERISA. Now, ERISA is not a plaintiff-friendly law, and the remedies that you can pursue if your benefits are denied or terminated are limited. Now, worse yet, many states, such as the state of Florida, allows insurance plans or policies to use what's called an arbitrary and capricious standard of review. I think it's a set of handcuffs on a federal judge. The appeal of a denied or terminated claim is the trial of your case. Discovery is limited, and your case is going to be decided on what's called a motion for summary judgment. You'll never be in front of that federal judge. This insurance is much cheaper than IDI insurance, but I think there's a lot of pitfalls with this type of coverage. Now, the third option is to purchase a disability insurance policy through your employer. So you need to understand that unless your employer is a governmental agency or church-based, your policy is governed by ERISA with all the pitfalls I noted earlier. Your ERISA employer-sponsored insurance is expensive because there's lots of limits on what's covered, and there are deductions from your benefits, like the receipt of Social Security disability benefits. So in other words, what one hand gives, the other takes away. There's no doubt that purchasing a disability policy or plan is a wise idea. My dad became disabled when I was growing up, and he had the foresight to purchase an individual disability insurance policy that provided us with not only a source of income, but helped my family maintain its lifestyle. So you need to understand that how you purchase that policy can make all the difference between financial security or financial ruin. If my dad had purchased an employer group ERISA covered policy, we wouldn't have been fortunate to maintain our lifestyle. We probably would have had to reduce or change where we lived, the kind of house we lived, wouldn't have gone to schools that were important to my parents. Our lifestyle would have changed dramatically. Now, what's important here is that we've set the stage and you have understood why you need to have disability policy and the 3 ways to purchase a disability policy. Let's take a break before I move on to why every physician needs to make the time to look at that disability policy that you've got before it's too late, so that you can start to make improvements in your disability insurance policies and coordinate your disability insurance policies. So let's take a break.